The Great British Point-to-Point season starts tomorrow, and here at Racing TV we are absolutely delighted to be providing a bit of a showcase into the sport. Every Saturday we're going to have a bit of a feature regarding the Great British Point-to-Point scene, certainly something that I've always enjoyed growing up in the West Country, and I'm joined by TFL Tilton of the Point-to-Point Racing Authority, and it's great that Point-to-Point's back tomorrow.
Yeah, we're back at Lower Macon tomorrow. It's great to be supporting those Welsh tracks. Obviously, they kind of had a bit of a setback from COVID. They couldn't go ahead behind closed doors, but it's really exciting for us to start our season there. Di Walters, he's been a great supporter. He's put in so much money. The team at Lower Macon have put in so much time. They've kind of re-altered the track slightly. They've added in a barn for owners' hospitality and sponsorship. So it's really, really good to see the community coming together and supporting point-to-pointing.
Yeah, it is indeed, and also it's the first of a new series tomorrow. We've got the GB pointing bonus scheme for young horses in maiden. There's going to be 15 races throughout the season, and this bonus will provide £25,000 for a horse that goes into training with a British trainer and wins under rules in the next 2 years, £15,000 if it's an Irish bred, and this is an excellent incentive to try and encourage people to buy British pointers. We know all about the Irish point-to-pointers. I do maiden hurdles all the time. You say this horse has won an Irish maiden point-to-point, sold to a British trainer, but also the British point-to-point horses have had success stories like Energumen, like Mr. Van Gogh, and hopefully this scheme will help boost that going forward.
Yeah, I mean, we've trained some great horses coming through the point-to-point ranks, and this scheme, we're so excited about it. We've got Goffs UK and Tattersalls Cheltenham who are sponsoring the series. Like you mentioned there, for a British base, 25,000. A British bred horse, 25,000. Outside of GB, 15,000. Tomorrow we've got 15 entries, and it sounds like a lot of them are going to be turning up, which is really exciting. We've actually got Tom Lacey and Tim Vaughan have all.
Tom Lacey, of course, trained Energumen to win his point-to-point before being sold on.
Exactly, so it's great. I'm sure he'll be tipped tomorrow. His horse is making his debut. We've got 4 horses that are GB bred, and the rest are actually bred either in Ireland or France. And no, we're really, really excited to see what comes out tomorrow, and then what happens afterwards. Does that horse stay on with in pointing or that trainer? But we've got the sales next week, so we'll stay tuned. Tattersalls Cheltenham sale, should they go there, that'll be really exciting to see.
Yeah, it's a great initiative because on the flat we've had the Great British bonus scheme, which is more for the speedy flatbreds, and £20,000 bonus on top of the prize money that you win. That's been a real incentive. I think it's worked really well for flat horses. So bringing this into the point-to-point scheme, it can only encourage you to buy a Great British point-to-pointer and just make the sport more affordable for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's 2 ways of looking at point-to-point. You are the nursery ground for a horse to go out under rules, but we also have that upper end, for horses that have kind of finished their career under rules and they're looking for another job. So maybe they're not suitable for ROR, or maybe they want that step prior to that. So we kind of do accommodate both. We've also got another great series coming in, which is the 0 to 110 rated series.
Which I think is fantastic, because sometimes you get your 130 horses that can dominate point-to-points, whereas your 110 horses, hopefully, they're going to be cheap and price that's available for everybody, and they can have a bit more fun as well.
Yeah, and also, some horses just aren't suitable to some under rules. They might go and might have won once, but they're never going to, they've obviously never exceeded their rating of 110. So it's nice to kind of bring them back in, be competitive, and that actually results in a Hunter Chase final in May at Warwick. And then just another series that would link to that horse kind of coming back round. We've got the Hands and Heels for novice riders. So obviously, again, those horses that have experience and can give potential, novice jockeys that might go on one day to be under rules, or they might stay and be an amateur within our sport. It's just good to give them another lease of life, and they can educate those jockeys.
And talking about jockeys, a year ago, Callum Pritchard, who was, I think, Southwest champion novice rider, he came and won our feature, the Badger Beers. The horse is just circling around on our dancer. He's turned out to be the leading conditioner last year, a real name to note. Ryan Cochrane, I know he was champion last year. He's just turned professional with David Pipe. So not only the horses, but also it brings young riders through.
Yeah, I think we had 9 actually now that have transitioned from amateur through to conditional. And it's great to see those jockeys using point-to-point to learn the ropes. It's actually, Rian actually gave me a really nice quote last year. He said that it's good to sort of make my mistakes in private. Obviously, we video all the point-to-points, and there's still crowds there and everything, but it's good for him.
Not the same pressure on the jockeys.
No, I mean, obviously there's no off-course betting, there's no live footage of it going out, and I think there's just not as many eyes on the sport, so they can learn the ropes and kind of educate themselves, and that's the biggest thing that we've kind of transitioned the point-to-point authority: administrate, innovate, and educate. And we're really honing in on educating the wider public about our sport and all the benefits that it can bring, but also our participants. Hands and Heels great example. You know, we can trial things and potentially roll them out under rules. But one thing I will say as well, the point-to-point authority, we're very open and honest, and we want to trial new things. And if it doesn't work, you know, we're happy to tweak it, change it, scrap it completely, or, you know, we've got this year as well. So it's really nice to see that, you know, we're trying to move forward with the sport and, you know, keep all its charm and traditions, but we are trying to modernise it as well. So yeah, it's good.
I can't wait for the start of the season at Lower Macken tomorrow. Thank you very much, Tiggy.
Thank you very much. Thanks, James.